Hello? Hello? Whoa, whoa, we're gonna fix the mic. That's too loud. Hang on. Gotta fix that mic. It's too hot. Hot damn. Okay, that's better. Bring the music down. Come on in. Right? No, we're gonna kill. Oh, we'll bring the music way down. Hello. Here we are. Adam. Don't you worry, Champo. We're alright. We're doing it. This is where we're at. Right? Joe Biden has won the presidency. There's lawsuits. Whatever. I'm not dealing with any of that. What I wanted to do was do a little bit of a retrospective and give you an idea of how much this election will be scarred, seems like the wrong word, but will be flavored by how things unfolded. I had originally planned that I thought Joe Biden was going to win pretty definitively. I thought we would know on election night. And I had kind of, I was kicking around ideas in my head for kind of a mini speech, if you will, about, America has rejected populism and we've embraced truth and we're over this Trumpian thing that we started. But that's not what happened. But it's almost what happened. So I want to show you something because I think this is important for people to keep in mind, and maybe this will restore a little bit of faith and hope. So we've got right here. We showed this on election night. This is how the election unfolded. I want you to imagine for a second that we're going to basically call states by time zone. Okay? We are going to just start on the East Coast and work our way west and show you what the election would have looked like. So we can start with a bunch of these that weren't going to change the election at all. These are basically all going to go blue. Everyone kind of knew that. These ones were red. Sure. So this is essentially what it looked like. But all of a sudden, if you start filling in a couple states, you make Florida red, you make Georgia blue, you make Pennsylvania, or you make North Carolina red, Ohio red, Pennsylvania blue, and Maine blue, look at what happens. And this is what we should have known on election night. So it's going to take a lot. I gave it a ton here to churn through. But look at the chance of winning and look at the average electoral votes. This election didn't go sideways. Given what we knew, this election basically went to plan. I mean, to be honest, if we reset this, fill out Florida is red, North Carolina is red, Georgia is blue, and Pennsylvania is blue, look at what happens. Had we have known those 4 states, we would have known that Joe Biden was going to be the clear winner. But again, that's not quite what happened. So I was playing around with this because this flavors so much of what we thought. If we knew these 4 states within the first 3 hours, we would have all assumed the race was over. Joe Biden won. I don't think people would be talking landslide, but, we'd be chatting about, it'd be quite different. It wouldn't be how it turned out. I want to show you how bad this looked for Democrats, right? So I'm going to just call, same thing as before, call basically like all the states that were kind of called quickly and obviously in which direction they went, including like Ohio. I'll even put, we'll leave North Carolina out, I guess. But this is what it essentially looked like. Whoops. on election night. Or afterwards. Maine can be blue as well. Like, this was almost a worst case scenario for Joe Biden. Almost every state that he was going to win got left out. So, like, if you just look at it, it's nuts. This was like the worst possible result on election night for Joe Biden given the outcome. There's this huge vision that this race is going to be super close. And admittedly, it was close in several states, but the counting and the timing flavored this so drastically. Because again, even if you knew these two on election night, if you knew any one of these, I mean, it's just, it was like a worst case scenario when it all played out about which way things were going to go. And it really didn't have to be. So when we talk about this election, I think a lot of Democrats are kind of disheartened, like, oh, you know, we barely won. Trumpism is still alive, etc. I think that's a little bit against the narrative. Given the polarization in America, it's Democrats are never going to win by 10 million votes. It's just not going to happen. Maybe in a future election, but not right now. Country would have to change a lot. But this was okay. This was the worst state it could have been for Joe Biden, but it is still a clear rejection of Trumpism and of populism. So I think we can be a little bit more optimistic and a little happier than I think what we are. I think at this point, everyone feels a sigh of relief. We were worried. We had that moment of terror that it was getting taken away from us. But again, on election night, had we simply known 4 states, it would have been over. We would have known right away. So this is kind of my final thought, I think. I'm probably going to step back. There'll be many things that'll pop up between